She was great. I have 3 children, and she was the quietest and the easiest of all 3. Slept pretty much all night, didn't fuss too much, liked to eat. Just a joy, and in addition to the family, just a lovable baby. Like, you couldn't walk by her and not say hi, or she'd just grab your attention, and she'd look at you until you looked at her, and then she'd give you this big smile with these bright eyes that just would make you melt. She was the best kid ever.
And she's 13 months, right? So she just
13
started to
months.
walk, or?
She had walking down packed. It's like one day she was crawling, and the next day she just decided she was going to walk, and she's kept it going. She was almost to a run, almost. It's a very awkward run, but she'd get there.
Personality-wise, how would you just? And every baby's different, you know.
Happy, just very, very happy, lovable. She liked to dance, if you can believe it. At 13 months, that was her thing. She liked music. She'd go with me to like choir rehearsal and stuff like that, so she knew all about music, and she'd dance and try to sing along. Just happy all the time. Like, I know that sounds weird, but even if she did fuss, she was just happy.
Like the dream baby. She sleeps through the night. She's always happy, doesn't fuss.
Yeah, I didn't think they made them like that, but apparently they do.
So you wanted to, a message that you thought was important to get out. I know we talked a little bit about that, but what do you want to say without me asking you a specific question?
The main thing I hope to get across by doing this is just to, I don't know, maybe reach out to that parent or that person that may think about leaving their kid in the car for even just a moment. You know, maybe they'll think back and not do it. You know, don't do it. Just not even for a second, because you never know. You never know. And that's the main thing I want to get across. It's just maybe if someone sees her face, they'll remember her, and they'll think back to this, and they'll, you know, maybe it'll save someone else's child.
Were you at work? Do you work?
Yeah, I was at work.
How did you find out, if you want to answer?
I just got a call to come to the hospital.
And they didn't tell you what was going on or anything? Did the, have you had any conversations with anybody involved in this? Outside? Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
Is there anything that people should take away? You sort of touched about the message there that you didn't already say?
No, just that she was great. I miss her. I loved her very much, and I don't think there was a person that came in contact with Aolani that wasn't touched by her in some way. So I just hope that people remember that, and maybe, you know, hug your kid a little tighter at night, or remembering your frustration that, you know, you never know.
Any parent that you talk to my wife about this story, every single person I talk to, their heart just aches for you. You seem like you have remarkable composure to be able to handle this situation. Where do you get your strength? And
the strength to do this comes from me feeling like it will save someone else. It'll save someone else's child. That's where it comes from. I'm not that strong at all. But I feel like if I'm able to help or save someone else's kid, then I can, and if this will do that, then I can do that.
There must be a million questions in your mind.
All the time. You know, why? She was little, young. I feel like I didn't have enough time with her. I mean, I know she knows that we loved her, but you know, you never think that in that short period of time that's it, you know, just barely over a year. So I have my own questions and my own dealings, and just trying to figure out or come to some kind of, I don't know, some kind of way to make it through.
And the biggest question is, how could this happen? Am I right?
That's the biggest question, but it's more of a, I don't know. That's the biggest question, I guess.
Is there anger, or is it just overwhelmed with grief right now? Because wanting to figure out.
I lost my baby. There's anger, not at anyone in particular, but just anger because I don't have her anymore.
Well, tell me about the baby's name. And how
Aolani.
it's pronounced.
It's pronounced Aolani.
How'd you
It's-
come up with that spelling?
It's actually the traditional way it's spelled. It's a Hawaiian name. The day I found out that I was having a girl, I started looking up names. And I had told my husband that this baby's name could start with an A because my other two children's names start with a C. And it stuck out to me. Aolani means cloud from heaven. And it was the only name that stayed in my mind. So it only took me pretty much that moment to come up with that name. And it fit her perfectly.
And you didn't get any resistance from Honey?
No,
Okay.
none at all.
What's her middle name?
Chrice.
Okay. C.
Same spelling. CHARICE.
Okay. And her actual birth date was?
July 5th, 2010.
Were you at some 4th of July celebration when you start? I'm assuming she was natural.
Yeah, I kind of went to church in labor.
And had to leave service early?
I didn't have to leave service early. It was the beginning, so I made it through the service. But I remember my pastor at the time telling me to go home.
Because were you squirming? And I mean, he could tell. by
I was
looking at-
tensing a little bit. I direct the choir, so I was tensing up a little bit, but getting through it.
What church?
I go to St. John, CME.
So how were you tensing up? And were you
Yeah, I was-
bigger with her than with the others, or?
I was pretty big. I think so. I felt the biggest with her.
Well, I mean,
The
instead
quickest.
of doing like this, directing the choir, were you?
No,
When you say tensing up.
no, I would tense with this hand and keep moving this one, but I kept this one at my side. So when I would feel a contraction, I would just, tense up, like make a fist and get
What
through it.
songs were you doing that day?
I don't even remember.
And did you go directly from St. John's to?
No, I had to have barbecue. It was the 4th of July.
So then, okay, and then you went home, and then what, in the middle
I
of the
went into
night?
labor, yeah.
Okay.
Like I went into full active labor in the middle of the night.
And you were on time, the delivery, and the
Yeah.
others were on time too?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, you do schedule yourself up to the.
Your faith must be, you must have strong faith, and you stay through church through that, and that must be part of where you get
Yeah.
that strength.
You have to.
Mhm.
You have to.
Anything else you want to say to not just the Akron community, but the community at large?
There is something I would like to say. I like to say thank you. There have been so many people that have reached out to me or someone in my family. There have been so many offers to help with everything, like, just everything. And it's been a wonderful, warm response. Especially for someone to be touched that doesn't know me. And so I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to everyone who's said a word or sent a message or tried to send some type of love. Just thank you.